Today is a good day to run a few errands at Plaza Caracol. Of course, the most efficient way for me to get there would be to simply walk down Viena Street all the way to Plaza Caracol. But today, I decided to take a different route. So rather than walking down Viena Street, I'm going to take Palm Springs, which runs parallel to Vienna. It's going to be a little longer of a walk, but it's going to be much quieter, and it's very residential. One of the nice things about walking around Versalles is the huge number of small specialty shops that one can run into that allow you to run a bunch of different errands. For example, on a quick walk, you can get some keys duplicated if you need to. Around the corner, you can get some bread and maybe some food for your pet and maybe some tacos. You get the picture. Everything in this neighborhood is a comfortable walk from one place to the next. Our first turn will be onto Hamburgo Street. Now this street goes all the way to the other edge of Versalles, and as you get closer to España Street, you'll find a number of restaurants and eateries, but not on this side of the street. We're going to walk for one block, and then we're going to take a right onto Yugoslavia so that we can actually catch Palm Springs from one tip to the other end. I'm turning right here onto Yugoslavia Street, and you'd think I am going in the opposite direction. And if that's what you think, you're actually correct. But you see, even though at the end of the street there seems to be a dead end. There is actually access from this street onto the next, and we're going to explore it so that we can actually see the entirety of Palm Springs Street. And here you go. This is a very narrow street. It barely shows up on the map, and I don't even know if it has an official name. But as you can see, vehicles come in and out from this end. And again, this is a very peaceful, very quiet side of the neighborhood. And here we are at the very beginning of Palm Springs Street. This is the Versalles side of the street. The street will actually go forward, and we will leave Versalles and walk into Colonia Díaz Ordaz, and we'll continue walking down the street until we can go no further. We're getting ready to cross Hamburgo Street again, and you can see on the left-hand side there is Abulón, Antojeria del Mar. This is one of my favorite seafood restaurants in Colonia Versalles, so we're going to take a quick look inside so you can check it out. Buenas tardes. Echando un vistazo. Even though the place is wide open, those ceiling fans make a huge difference during the summer months. ¿Qué dice Yelapa?
Está tranquilo. Todo bien.
Hasta pronto.
Hasta luego.
We are approaching the intersection with Francia Street. Francia Street, along with Viena Street, are the two most important throughways in Colonia Versalles. And as you can see, there is a number of new condo developments here, and the number continues to increase. And here's another one, brand spanking new. We are now crossing Avres Street, and as we do, we are leaving Versalles and entering Colonia Díaz Ordaz. They are next to one another, and a lot of people think that Colonia Díaz Ordaz is simply more of Versalles, but this is a different colonia, although they look very much alike. And one of the nice things about walking down these streets, well, there are several. First of all, they are quiet. Secondly, they are largely undeveloped as it relates to new condominium projects. So they're very pleasant to walk along. Of course, until the rain season comes, and unfortunately, until the city does something about their drainage and plumbing system, unfortunately, many of these streets suffer from a lot of rainwater that seems to just stay stagnant and not go anywhere. But hopefully that has changed, and this year we'll see less flooding in these back streets of Colonia Díaz Ordaz. And we are now crossing Niza Street. And now we are crossing Roma Street. Now check out the interesting contrast coming up right here. On the left-hand side, you have a two-story enclosed mini development, quite civilized, and right across the street, another tall building. And it seems like there's quite a few of these coming up in the next few months in this neighborhood.
Aquí tenemos varios.
We have one more street to cross before reaching dead end. That would be Venecia Street. And I find myself rather enamored with this house on the corner. It looks traditional. It's built with exposed brick, so it shows a more Mexican side to the neighborhood than I've seen before. I think this has to be my favorite house in this particular walk so far. And here's a little dead-end street that barely shows up in the map. I think I see 3 or 4 homes on each side of the street, so this would be a highly coveted place to live because it's your own private street and very safe for children, I suppose. I've reached the end of Palm Springs Street and now I must turn left onto Melchor Ocampo Street for 2 blocks so that I can get back on Viena. And I am now only 1 block away from Plaza Caracol. And on the way back home, I am planning on walking down Yugoslavia Street, which also runs parallel to Vienna, for another alternative route that is hopefully going to be more quiet and more peaceful than Vienna Street. And here we are back on Viena Street, only 1 block away from Plaza Caracol. It took me a little longer to do the walk, but I think it was worth it because I got a chance to see a street that I did not know very well. And I'll run a few errands, and then I will actually record my return home along Yugoslavia Street on a separate walking tour so that you can enjoy them back to back or separately. As always, I appreciate your support by liking these walks when you enjoy them on YouTube, by subscribing to the channel, and of course by supporting our pursuits here at Coffee and Headlines. I am about to reach my destination, so I thank you for walking with me today.